Good morning. It's the Mutant Engineer coming back to you with another guided meditation. So, let's get ourselves in a nice, relaxing mode. We want to get good and grounded. Put our feet firmly on the floor, or if you're able, even go outside. Maybe take your bare feet and stand on flagstone or grass near a pool or pond if it's available, or just anywhere that's nice and comfortable. If you prefer socks because your feet get cold, that's perfectly fine. Or if you prefer sitting over standing, that's good as well. The universe finds its way. If you're handicapped, in a wheelchair, or lying in bed, no problem. The forces find you. So, let's get started. With your feet, or lowest extremity, feel the energy coming into your body. Feel your construction crew, this micro construction crew, smaller even than your cells, working to revitalize your body and restore all health. Feel the energy coming up through the feet or lowest extremity. Feel the energy of the universe washing away all of the stressful toxins, all of the cellular damage caused by environment, diet, work stresses, anything of that sort. And as it rises on up through the ankles, through the lower leg, think about all of the amazing things that have happened to you in your lifetime. You were born, and even if it was hard at times, here you are, a survivor. The universe has smiled upon you and allowed you to endure and has a plan for you. And that construction crew continues to take out the debris and refuse of anything that's broken down, to allow your body to feel youthful, vibrant, re-energized. And on up, the energy rises, on up into the knee area. Anything damaged is being repaired. Any genes that have somehow gotten switched into the wrong position, or maybe they've been in the wrong position all along. The universe knows exactly how that breaker panel should be wired, exactly how those genetic switches should be set for perfect optimal health. And that construction crew is in there right now, making those fine-tuned adjustments so that any ailments, any stresses might be overcome. And as that energy moves on up into the thigh area, you continue to feel a peaceful bliss encompassing the body and its energy grid, which extends roughly 3 to 5 feet around the body in all directions, but really extending out into infinity. And within that 3 to 5 foot bubble of energy that is the extension of your body, or the powerful extension, or where your memories are stored. It's where the memory of pain, of physical and mental, are stored, and also the most blissful moments in the life, your life, are also stored. And this bubble of energy is how we're able to share with each other. It's how we're able to inflict pain or healing on another person or being. And as we recognize that, and we want to use that energy to make the world a better place, because now we know that when we hurt another, we hurt ourselves, as we are all an extension of one another. From that tree of life, from those branches, we are that fruit. We're all connected to that same trunk. That trunk is earth and sun, planets and stars and universe, the dust from which we were all made. It came from the stars that exploded and created all of the elements many, many eons ago. And so all of the collective knowledge of the universe is part of you. It's part of me. It's part of the rocks and the sea. It's part of the sun and all of the heavenly bodies that we see when we look out into the night sky. It's in the clouds. It's in the storms. It's in the viruses, the bacteria, and everything. And it all works together synergistically. It's all part of the universal consciousness. And now we feel that energy rising on up through the hips into the lower abdominal area. Any type of sports injury we may have sustained, any worn out cartilage in the ball joints or in the vertebra can be healed, because the genetic knowledge of the perfect functioning that set these systems up in the first place, as we were growing from that single cell into the complex multi-cell organisms that we are. The coding is there, and the healing can take place. And the body knows what to do, and the construction crew is busy sawing, removing debris, nailing, drilling, building back like new. And there is no limit in the universe. The universe is not limited to long lead times due to scarce raw materials. No, the universe has great abundance and is always ready to take and heal all ailments. And as the energy rises on up through the lower back into the midsection, and on up into the breast area, we feel the healing taking place and the body being restored and the organs functioning perfectly, and any damage that's been caused by the environment, by our habits such as excessive smoking or drinking or just workplace stress, is being repaired. We're being made perfect again. It's as if none of the bad things ever happened. And if we've struggled with addictions, or if we've had personality issues that we know need to be addressed, we're able to look down and see, like a loving parent, ourselves as we tap into the universal consciousness. And it becomes quite easy to overcome these things. It becomes very easy to say, I want to be healthy. I want to do the right things. I want to eat well. I want to reduce my stress. I want to see my blood pressure normalize, my blood sugar in balance, to desire only good foods, to not have any need for chemicals such as drugs that are destructive to our bodies, to be able to tap into the energy grid through our memories, our good ones, or through manipulation of the bad ones to allow them to become much more pleasant, so that we don't need escape drugs in order to feel good. And as the energy rises on up into the shoulder area, and all the negativity is dissipating, and we feel the energy flowing right down our arms and into our elbows, and maybe we fell and really hurt ourselves one time, and we still feel phantoms of that pain. With the grounding, we feel that being discharged right into the earth. We're giving it up. And the earth is such a large sink that can take so much and dilute it to the point where it is insignificant, and then burn it up in its core. So notice that those pains, those memories that the body holds in its energy grid, that cause the body to feel that it's not at its optimum state, are being taken care of And the construction crew is at work, making sure you're comfortable, making sure you're getting the things that you need, sending you messages to say, this is how to proceed, allowing us to have the positive mental state such that our interactions are appropriate, such that we walk away from abusive situations but still retain the love in our heart, so that we have empathy for those who are on the wrong path. And perhaps we can help at some point. But first, we know we need to take care of ourselves. And we need to take care of those who appreciate what we're doing for them. First, it's important that we have people in our lives that support us, that believe in us, that have given us the second and third and fourth chance. And if we've taken them for granted, if we've been abusive ourselves, we stop that today. And we show nothing but love. And we say thank you so much that you're still here. And I acknowledge that I have not always been the person that I should have been. But what's important is what's happening right now and how we build on that. And the energy rises on up through the neck and on up into the mouth area and the sinuses. And those of us with issues in these areas, we feel that the construction crew is doing a great job of power washing out those bad sinus infections and scrubbing the throat area and fixing any cellular irregularities, making us whole, making us healthy. And we feel as if the energy rises up and into our brain. All fog is lifting. We've enjoyed those clouds, but we see the sunshine. And we hear the birds and the crickets and the frogs. And when we see snakes, we're not afraid. Whatever our biggest fear may have been, when we see spiders, if we didn't like them, we pick that snake right up. And that snake enjoys our energy, and we enjoy its energy. And we recognize things that we thought were bad just are. And that spider crawls on us and appreciates our existence as we do theirs. The fog lifts right on up out of the brain, and it's operating optimally and without fear. And we have answers coming to us so that we know how to react in every given situation. We know that life is good. Life is great, in fact, or even better. And now, all of this cleansing has taken place. We find one area where we still feel troubled, an area where we struggle. Maybe we haven't thought we were good enough for whatever reason, haven't measured up. Maybe we struggle in our studies in some particular subject. Maybe some game that we really enjoy playing, we're not as good at as we would like to be, and we feel mental blocks. Or maybe there is something that we've really struggled to handle, and we know we would like to do a different way. Maybe we've had some type of drug addiction, and we've told ourselves over and over that we could defeat that. But then we fall and we fail and we go right back. But today, whatever that is, and even if it's something positive that we just like to feel with more intensity, we're going to take that problem that we're concentrating on now. We're going to visualize it and feel it where it is. Where is that feeling? Within our grid. And we're going to pull that energy out. We're going to put it in a ball. We're going to begin to manipulate it. First, we see a color. Is the color that we like? Let's watch that color either morph from one we don't like to one we do like, although we should appreciate all colors. Part of our growth is to recognize all visible colors, and even those that extend beyond into the infrared and ultraviolet are beautiful. We see the color, and it changes either its intensity or moves to one that puts us into a really good mood. And now we see the spin of the energy. And if the direction or the memory that's associated with this ball of energy is bad, then we slowly begin to take our hand. We turn that energy around and spin it. We spin it in the other direction. And if it's a positive thing that we just want to work on and make better, then we spin it more in the same direction. And maybe the color stayed the same in that situation, but it's just a little more vibrant. And now we look into the circle, the ball of energy. And we see whatever that is. And we see the problem being overcome. And we feel so good about it. And we know that the universe loves us. We know that we are worthy. We know that we are loved, that we love ourselves, and now we're fully capable of loving all other things. And we know how to take ourselves out of any abusive situations, and we know how to come right back to this space and deal with any problems that we face. And as we see the movies, if they were negative, and we begin to feel really good about what's in this space, as we reimagine, if it was an abuse that we're dealing with, we see how, hey, maybe we're not in that situation anymore. But we've just been living in that space, and we've allowed that pain to keep coming back. And we can see now that we don't have to do that. Or maybe it's still ongoing, and we can see the way out very clearly now. We know what we need to do. If we need to make adjustments, if we need to hang out with different people, perhaps, or see clearly what type of communication is well responded to in this situation. And we're able now to see over ourselves as that loving, guiding parent with assistance from the universe, and can deal confidently with every situation. And we learn to live in the present without worry about what's going to happen next. And we learn that it's okay if we got off late today. And we can do better tomorrow, but we also can be in peace as we make our journey. And so that we're not angry with anyone else. And so we can take charge of our situation. And we can see what's really important. And as the scenes get adjusted to our liking, and we're really feeling the love that the universe has for us, and we are understanding that this healing has been there for us all along. And we know now how to tap into it anytime we want. We can always pull that car over, stand on the side of the road and get grounded, find a place to do this if we think it makes us look silly. It doesn't matter. What does it matter? What matters is that we absorb the love and we allow it to come, and that we don't push it back, which we so often have tended to do. Usually when we're stuck, it's because we are not accepting the infinite abundance of the universe. And now we know it's infinite. It's there for us, for you, for me. And there's no limit. There's no limit to its gifts. The air that we breathe is completely free to us, and the water that we drink, it was put here, and we can partake of it, and we do not owe a bill to earth and nature for these things, for they're here for us, to nourish us, and to keep us, the children, the fruit of the tree, in perfect optimal health. Now, when the energy, in the visualizations, in the ball, are right where we want them to be, and that ball is spinning at an intensity that makes us feel so good about where we are in this moment, we're going to take that ball and we're going to kind of stretch it, and we're going to see that scene playing out even bigger. And then we're going to take it and we're going to pull it over our head like a hula hoop. And now all of a sudden we can't even see edges of the screen. We're living in this world, and we can visualize and see ourselves from above in every situation, as though we're an actor in a play. And we can go back and forth as we wish, from seeing out of our eyes to seeing ourselves from above in a scene. In that way, we can give ourselves the script, and we can look up to the universe and say, what should I do in this situation? Wise universe, infinite knowledge. And universe says, do this, my dear precious child, to which you then convey to the you who's in the play. And now, the you in the play never need get upset, never need be worried that an answer's not there. And we can no longer think that we need to win in every situation and every conversation, because the other is also us. And together, we are a collective that, when functioning in harmony, do what's best for all. And now we rise up. We get rid of the idea of competition with the other, and we think about how can we be the best that we can be? How can we love ourselves so that we take good care of our own being and are good stewards of the resources that we have? And we pull that hula hoop on down around our ankles, and just kind of drop it. Let the edges hit the ground. And let's be in that bubble for a while where everything is perfect. It's as though the oxygen we're breathing is more pure than any we've ever noticed. We see the most beautiful stream of clear, cool water within feet of our feet. And we go to the edge. We want to take a drink. And so we kneel down and we cup our hands and we put it in the water. And we lift the water up and touch our lips to the cool water, and it feels so good. And we take a drink. And as we drink, we feel this beautiful energy going down our throat, into our stomach, and then expanding out. Now we feel unlimited in our abilities as we've drinking from the universal stream. We feel our connectedness to the tree. We understand the brother and sisterhood and themhood of each and every piece of fruit that the tree bears. We can now see the life that's in the what we generally think is inanimate. That rocks just take a really, really, really long time to do something. Everything you see is alive. And we bend back down and we grab the edges of the hula hoop. And we lift it back up slowly, slowly, slowly. And we've lived in this bubble and we've drank from the stream and we feel so very good. And we take that hula hoop back up over our head, and then we bring it back in front of us and we look at it and we admire its beauty. And then we put that energy back in that same spot that we took it from. And we know we've got this. And we know how to come back to this space anytime we need to do so. And as we end this guided meditation, we now feel that we are so loved and that we have nothing but love to give. And every problem we approach, it no longer feels like work. Even as we tirelessly, sometimes, let's be honest, toil away to fix something in our job, some sort of rough and tough challenge that's been given to us, we do so with a peacefulness and a calmness, and the answers come to us as if by magic. And when we do struggle, we realize the growth in that struggle, such that it is a joy. It's almost like we now have our own little tree that we're taking care of. And again, life is great. And as we come out of the meditative state, go forward into the world, may we be well, and may we understand everything in this universe is there for a purpose, and everything is temporary. And in this moment, we are free to enjoy all the beauty and all the love that is there for us. And we don't owe anything to partake, because in the universe's currency, debts were forgiven right from the beginning and never created in the first place. All of those issues are really kind of imaginary and human inventions. Go forward full of energy, full of life, full of love. And when you come out of this meditation, know that you are loved.